What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing the Chicago Bulls and their victory today against the Philadelphia 76ers. No Joel Embiid for the Sixers, no Vucevic for the Bulls, no Levine for the Bulls, no Torrey Craig for the Bulls, but no problem for the Bulls as they get the job done in what I would call an ugly game. This was not a pretty game by any stretch of the means. It was downright boring at some moments. I will be perfectly honest with you, but boring, entertaining, great or bad. I think the win here is the most important thing, and I'll discuss a little bit why in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their player of the game today, and overall how they played. As you can see on the screen, we won this game 105 to 92. I enjoyed this game heavily from the standpoint in which we won, but again, ugly game. And I'll tell you what I liked about this game first and foremost. What I really liked about this game is our ability on the defensive end. I think we did really, really well. With no Joel Embiid, we had some licenses there to, maybe go and do different things with the Philadelphia 76ers, protect the perimeter a little bit more, don't need to double team everybody every single possession, and it allowed us to get really comfortable in the game, which I thought was a fantastic sight to see. I also did like a lot of guys stepping up to the plate today. Again, great games from DeMar DeRozan, great game from Kobe White, great game from Andre Drummond. Our starters were fantastic in this game. Pretty much every single one of them were fantastic in this game. The things I didn't like about this game: felt like the assist numbers could have been better, but I also put that down to the fact that we didn't make a lot of shots. Again, we only scored 105 points. In recent games, that's not necessarily where we have been as a team. We usually get a little bit more than that, and therefore a lot of guys are getting more involved, and there's more assists out there. You get the whole idea, right? And I also didn't necessarily like our bench production today for the most part. I felt like our bench was very lackluster. Ayo got a couple of shots to go late. Javon Carter got a couple of shots to go late. But overall, the bench of this team, I think, really let us down today. But thankfully, that is something that could be of the past. We don't need to talk about the bench no more. Yes, the bench let us down. Yes, the bench energy was a little bit lackluster. But we turn our heads to the next game against Philadelphia, and hopefully our bench can do better there. But the Bulls won the game. And here's why it's so important that the Bulls won this game. Philly are a team right now, I think their record right now is 22-10 after this loss, right? They've received their 10th loss of the season. But they're a team, one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and we have won the season series over them. We versed them 3 times in the regular season. We versed them the first time when they had Joel Embiid and they had a healthy team. We were able to pick up the win there. Versing the 76ers with no Joel Embiid today, we were able to pick up the win here. Our next game will be against the Philadelphia 76ers, and then we do not verse them for the rest of the year. And the reason why this game is so important is because there are a lot of teams that are going to be losing their season series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Teams like, below us, the Brooklyn Nets. I think Brooklyn Nets might be above us, actually. But teams below us like the Atlanta Hawks, maybe the Pacers, the teams that we're competing with, Cleveland. These teams that we're competing with for Eastern Conference spots, we need to beat them first and foremost. We haven't beat Brooklyn. We lost 1 game to the Pacers, and we haven't beat the Caps. So I get it. We need to start beating the teams in our vicinity. That makes sense. But there are going to be a lot of teams out there that will not be beating the 76ers in a 3 or 4 game series. And the Bulls have done that in this time out. Now, if we can win all 3 games against Philly, that will be massive. Well, I guess we'll wait and see how the next game goes. But that brings us, in my opinion, to a little bit of an advantage. And hopefully we can get over the line there and get some more victories in the future while winning this season series and having other teams lose to Philadelphia. That's why it's so important for the Bulls to win this game. With Joel Embiid or with no Joel Embiid, that's the team that's put in front of us, and we have to take that win, and we do take that win, and that is why I'm completely happy with it. Very, very happy indeed. But yeah, overall, there's not too much else to say about this game. I'll be honest, I didn't come into this game thinking, wow, the Bulls were just so spectacular. The Bulls just did such an amazing job. Again, we struggled today. Both teams struggled today. I mean, Philly scored 92 points. That's very rare, in all honesty. And I think for Philly, the biggest thing that really impacted them was that there wasn't a go-to guy for the bulk of that game. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, you would assume, was the go-to guy. He had a 20-7-9 or whatever it was. But he struggled. It took him 22 shots to get to 20-plus points. That's a lot of shots, ladies and gentlemen. It is as simple as that. But then you turn to, obviously, guys like Tobias Harris. He struggled. They didn't have Joel Embiid, so their center position struggled. Drummond cooked today. And the list goes on. I think Kelly Oubre had a good game, but I thought the best player for Philly was the bench player in Nicholas Batum. I thought he played the best game for the Philadelphia 76ers, but there wasn't a whole lot of contribution from Philly's side. And I think that's why you can see, even though the Bulls struggled, it looked comfortable for the most part. We were up by a pretty hefty amount for most of the game, around 6 to 10 points throughout most of that game, because we managed the game well, but we also dealt with a team that was struggling. And that's why I'll take it. There's not many times you're going to see Philly struggle like that. We've seen Philly struggle twice against the Chicago Bulls. And I'm going to take it every day of the week. With that being said, let's turn into the must improve in the player of the game. In terms of the must improve, there has to be someone from the bench. I thought our bench was highly unacceptable today. Look, I'm not going to target Terry Taylor. Thought he did well. 6 and 6 off the bench is good. I might target Ayo or Javon Carter. Those are the two guys I'm looking at here. Ayo, 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. 3 from 11 from the field. We could definitely see a lot better from Ayo Dosunmu. And Javon Carter with 4 points and 2 rebounds on the night. He was 1 from 5 from the field. I think based on the amount of minutes that was played and the production put out in that game, I'm going to give my must improve to Ayo Dosunmu. My player of the game is DeMar DeRozan. I think Andre Drummond is definitely in close contention, but I think DeMar with a 24 point, 6 rebound, and 5 assist night did phenomenal on that side of things. Also was better in the plus minus category. Slightly less efficiency. He had a lot less efficiency, to be fair, but I felt like he made a big difference in the game. Drummond or DeMar DeRozan for me. I would pick DeMar DeRozan, but I think you could easily give it to Andre Drummond, and there will be no problems there whatsoever. The Bulls are 4 games below 500, which is good to see, considering where we were a couple of, at the beginning of the season. This is an absolute blessing in disguise here. And with our schedule hopefully starting to ease up a little bit, we can start picking up some easier victories out at home, out on the road as well. Let's see what ends up happening. We're gonna verse Charlotte twice very, very soon. Those are 2 winnable games for the Bulls. We've got the Knicks coming up. We've got obviously the Sixers next. Let's wait and see how it goes. As much as I say an easier schedule, I don't think there's truly an easy game out there for the Chicago Bulls. But let's wait and see. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care. And peace.